What's up, everybody? My name is Thomas, and welcome to the channel. Wanted to take a couple moments to be able to go through a couple changes that happened in Clash of Clans, and being a person who uses Blimp strategy, how this has kind of messed me up, and it may have messed you up, and some certain things that I've done to be able to change that. So, first and foremost, some of the changes that have happened is you're going to see some of these little lightning bolts by the defensive devices, right? Like scatter shot, right, and a few different others. And basically, you're just able to upgrade it. So, defense has gotten a little bit harder, which is a good thing. It makes this game a little bit more challenging by far. Some other changes and some things that have happened, the major ones have been to all of the hero equipment. So, um, a couple of the ones that I use, like the Epic Gauntlet, Giant Gauntlet, that got nerfed a little bit. I kept that one on. One of the major ones that got nerfed is the Frozen Arrow. I used it, and I get it. It's a little bit overpowered by far, because the freeze on top of causing damage, it was like an amount. They nerfed it so bad that I had to remove it. It wasn't freezing like it was supposed to, and I could have gotten advantage from a couple different others. So right now, if my mirror was a little bit higher, it would be a monster, because now I have clones that come out for 25 seconds. I wish I was a little bit higher, but I'll take it. And invisibility, as you can see, the wreck shot for at least 25 seconds. And then obviously I have my healers going in. There's some discrepancy of you should use them or not. Personally, that's what I use. Okay. And the major changes for me, and I think anybody that's used a blimp strategy, has been the internal tome is down to 8 seconds. So if you haven't been paying attention to the changes and you try to play, you may think, man, I suck now. It's like, no, you don't suck. It's that some things have changed. And it used to be, I think, 9.5 seconds, which, one Mississippi, two Mississippi. It may not seem like a lot, but it is a lot. So I put on recently the Life Gem and the Rage Gem, and my thinking was okay. I've always had Rage on because I want to Rage all the time. That way I don't have to use the spell. Kind of a no-brainer, right? But having the Life Gem, 100% increase on their health, max HP increase, DP increase, DPS increase, so some damage increase and hit points increase, right? So you're getting two for one, and I think it worked pretty well. I did switch out. I was using Rage or Haste, sorry. Now I use this long range rocket spear, and it works out in a couple places. So I want to talk to you guys about timing very quickly. All right, so let's go ahead and go do a challenge. This is the best way to practice. All right, so I put it on hard mode, and I want to show you guys something very quickly as far as the timing. So my goal is to watch out for 4 or 5 things and to attack 4 or 5 things. So first and foremost, I want to stay away from the bomb towers, right? If I land on those, then kiss my archers goodbye. And I also want to stay away from the poisons, okay? And there's a lot to stay away from, okay? Realistically, and you also have to time it properly. But hopefully after this video, you'll be able to see a little bit of that. But before we go into that, I just want to show you very quickly the army. So this is the army that I use. You can use whatever you want. What's the most important are these little pieces down here, the class in the clan castle. So you would want to use as many super archers as you can, and then you're going to use clone on top of them, and then you're going to use rage on top of that, and actually serves this purpose pretty darn well. So for spells, I have 1 free spell, 5 invisibility spells, 1 clone, and 1 recall. So that's pretty much it. And then you have 1 lava hound, or ice hound, I'm sorry. And then you have some rocket balloons and a bunch of dragons. So that's my army. That's the way it's structured. So the timing for the invisibility spells, you want to guess where the blimp is going to land. That's the first invisibility spell. Try to maximize your time there. And then after that, you want to wait 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and now you're going to drop the invisibility. and then you're going to drop your clone. Okay, the clone, it stays alive the entire time. It's not like it is in some other games like Clash Royale, right? This operates a little bit differently. Then I wait 3 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Then I drop an invisibility spell and rage, and then I do that over and over again until I'm done with invisibility spells. This strategy actually was taught to me by a good friend of mine, TB Snowling, down at the top part of the bananas. If you want to learn the strategy directly from somebody that can walk you through and is kind enough to do that, he's the person who walked me through it. So, and they're a great clan. I really recommend joining them. All right, so let's go back over the timing on this. So I'll put it on hard mode, and let's go ahead and give it an attack just to see the timing. Okay, so I'm gonna put my Ice Hound where I know it's going to. Well, let me ask you, where do you think it's going to attack? Well, it attacks the anti-air defense. That's where it goes for. So keep that in mind, right? So normally, I know where everything is on this. This is my hellish, I don't want to face kind of battle. So if I can get 100% on this kind of base, I'm doing great. But I would normally put it right behind this last elixir piece. But I'm going to put it right next to the Eagle Artillery. And now it's coming in. I'm going to put this on the other side. So that way, you see the air sweeper? You see how that's stopping it a little bit? Where the IG went past it? So that's 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. And then before that one ends, I'm actually going to pull them all up with recall. So then I end up having 6 of them. I've taken 20% out, and I've taken out Eagle Artillery. And normally I like to take out, the base and Eagle Artillery and the Monolith. Those are the 3 pieces that you want to try to attack. After I'm done with that timing, I just go here, and I'm going to use these 2 heroes to be able to take out some of this. Now I don't have to worry so much about putting too much of my defense down, but there are group defenses that are going to mess you up if you drop everything right away. Like those 2. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that with a freeze. You only have 2 freezes, so you really got to be careful with what you use. Okay, the rocket balloons are for taking defenses out without using your army. Okay, so now some of my army's been taken out, no big deal. I got my super archers to the left and to the right. Looks like I'm going to have to do this video quick because of charging. I'm going to take that one out. And I don't have any advantages when I activate his ability anymore. Maybe some minor adjustments. I don't even know exactly what it does. But as you can see, I mean, I'm at 59%, right? I still got the majority of my army going. And the reason is because he stayed alive for the majority of the time. The only thing that does suck a little bit is that he dies. Okay? So that's not extremely hard. We're not going to see how that ends out. It's probably like 85%. You're probably saying, oh, Thompson was 100%. Dude, that's on hard mode. Okay? Chill out. And I'm going to show you one successful attack. And here we go. Okay. So when I take a look at this first, I go, crap. I go, all right, I got this on this side, this on this side, this on this side. How am I going to do this? Well, the good news is that you're dealing with rage as far as the spells, right? And you're not dealing with your poison. So that's one good thing. The second good thing is that over here, you have both of your bomb towers right next to it. And the guy's thinking was, this is actually a really good base, is that if I try to come in this side, I'm going to be split off and pushed out, right? And it's going to be difficult to be able to get there, right? And then ultimately, the rage on all these are going to make it very difficult for anything not to be killed in the center. Okay? So what I did is I went on the left side and I came in. So let's go and take a look right quick. I'm going to put on ×2, ×4 until I can get started. All right, here we go. So let's go and put it on half now. So it's pushing it out. It's not really causing any damage when it pushes it out, so no big deal, right? My goal was for it to land right on top of this rage piece right here. And it actually ended up going that way. Now you saw when I practiced, it doesn't work out that way all the time. But that is the strategy and the best way I know how to do it. Okay, so now it drops, right? Boom. And so what gets taken out? You have the monolith that gets taken out. You have the Eagle artillery that gets taken out, and then I recall them up, and now I have a total of 6 of them. 15% has been taken out, and really this whole left side. So your goal, you see how like this whole army and I'm sorry, this defense is forming a circle essentially, right? You want to break that circle and turn it into a C. And the reason you want to turn it into a C is my goal is to start here, right? And to go up this line, right? With my whole army. If my army ends up splitting in two, then it doesn't have the advantages of all of the abilities and spells and everything in one place. I have to put them in two places. That's not going to work out. So that's your goal, right? So I put my 2 heroes out to take care of some of these defenses. Now, one of the most nastiest defenses I've seen are these witches. This is only one witch. I got lucky and actually ended up taking out. That was another point too. Ended up taking out their castle, which has a lot of their defense. Some people use the super minions. I believe that's what they're called. They're dangerous, yes, but the witches, they keep on coming. Check this out. This is times 2. Okay, so that didn't look that impressive, but think about it. It was pushing out, pushing out, pushing it out. I've had a lot of trouble with them, and if somebody can put their defenses around that, then they can really do some damage. So I have 2 floaters down here at the bottom, right? The rest of my army is going across. Unfortunately, my hero, which I put invisibility on, I'll go over pets in a whole nother video, goes through, but she still end up taking up a lot of damage. I mean, a lot of their defense. Um, Look how far that is, right? I really am starting to like that ability because she's realistically the reason that whole thing got taken out. Okay, now 91%, and I had about 45 seconds left. In some of the strategies that I've seen, people barely end up finishing it, right? And they get 97%, etc., etc. So this is not a perfect strategy by any stretch of the imagination. I'll show you my history just to be transparent. Right, so 100%, 78%, 100%, 89%, 74%, 100%. I mean, I was getting 100%, 100%, 100% with the strategy before they made the changes, and it's probably when they made the changes because a lot of people are figuring this stuff out. But regardless, that's the video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Please leave some comments and some likes and some subscribes. I want to do more of these videos for you guys, but I got 4 kids, right, and I got to make a living. So, but I really enjoy doing this stuff and educating everybody. So, thank you very much, and God bless.